everybody. I am Miss Taisha, and I am sitting here with DJ CEO.
What's happening? What's happening? What's going on?
What's up?
What's good?
So, I had the opportunity of meeting DJ CEO on Wednesday at the beauty bar, and I asked him, can I interview him for my blog? And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. So, DJ CEO, why don't you go ahead and tell the people who you are and where you're from?
All right. Well, like you said, my name is DJ CEO, and born and bred Brooklyn, New York, but I am now a resident of Las Vegas. Been out here for about a little more than 2.5 years.
All right. And how you liking it so far?
Vegas is cool. It's not New York. Not too many places. I mean, there really aren't any other places in the world like New York. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I dig it. I mean, it was a business move, and it was up to this point, it's been a very smart business move. So I'm happy with it.
Awesome. He make money moves.
Definitely.
So I did some research on you, and I see that you have been to Turks and Caicos. Is that how you say it? I said
Turks
it right.
and Caicos. I was
right.
DJing out in Turks and Caicos. One of the few international spots I've been fortunate enough to rock. So yeah.
So tell me about that experience. I was really impressed by that. Tell me about that experience.
It was cool. Like, Turks and Caicos actually was my inaugural international gig. Like, it was my first one ever. It kind of came off the heels of an event series a partner of mine and I did back in New York. Called the Influence Series, and we did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then within like the first year and a half, like, we were really successful. And so we had some relationships with some people with the one group, and the one group they manage like a lot of the high-end hotels like Bagatelle and I'm drawing a blank. Gansevoort, the Gansevoort Hotel. And so they asked us if we wanted to host a weekend in Turks and Caicos.
Oh, wow.
So we was like, yo, let's do it. So we went out there with about 25 to 30 people. And we rocked. Like, we just partied all weekend. I DJ'd at Bagatelle the first night. Then we did a pool party the next day.
Pool party.
And then we did a yacht party the day after that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I actually got stuck out there with my girlfriend. We got stuck because Hurricane Irene had came. So we couldn't fly out. So I ended up doing everything again.
Oh, wow.
For like another week. So that was pretty cool. And I ended up doing radio. So it was interesting. It was an interesting week.
So what was that storm like?
It wasn't nearly as bad. Well, Turks and Caicos got hit, but Turks and Caicos is made up of like a lot of islands, like a lot of small islands. So, but the island we were on didn't get hit as bad as the other one, so it wasn't terrible. But we kind of like everything got shut down. Like, we lost electricity for a little bit, but it wasn't like terrible. It wasn't. It wasn't like what the Caribbean is experiencing now.
Oh, okay. All right. So what is your favorite venue you enjoy DJing at?
In Vegas? Or just in general?
Just in general.
I mean, nothing beats Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I DJ for the Knicks. So I'm there about maybe once a year, sometimes twice, but DJing at the Garden, nothing. It's the Garden. Growing up a New Yorker, growing up a Knicks fan, and just being a DJ, like, everybody wants to play the Garden.
And you played at the Garden?
Yeah, I've done the Garden twice.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. So when did you get your big break?
I don't know that I've gotten a big break.
You don't think? Turks and Caicos. You don't think that's a big break?
Nah, I don't think that's a big. I guess I don't view it the same way other people view it. Like, because I've DJed in Russia, I've DJed in Anguilla. I don't look at those things as big breaks. I just look at them as opportunities that are going to lead to the next opportunity. Like, for instance, DJing in Turks and Caicos, doing that, and I actually met a guy out there who ironically lived like blocks from me in Brooklyn, and we never met. But I met him in Turks and Caicos.
Oh, okay.
And because of him, I ended up DJing in Russia.
Oh, wow.
So so to me, I just like everything is an opportunity that's going to lead to another opportunity. I don't look at them as big breaks. And I mean, I guess I haven't had that, in my mind, I haven't had that moment or that event where it was like, this is my big break. Because I've DJed some amazing things. I've been in front of some amazing people. And from my vantage point, I don't think they were big breaks. They were just like really good opportunities.
Okay. So you're known for your style and performance. What makes you different from other DJs?
Well, mainly my style. Because fashion is a huge part of my brand and what I present to the people. So that's what really separates me. I would say this. I don't think I was the first DJ to use style, but I was the first one to market it. Like no one else was marketing style as a part of their brand. So that's what really separates me. I mean, every DJ will probably say talent, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of really talented DJs and there's a lot of really non-talented DJs. And amongst the real talented DJs, we all are unique in a certain way. We're all similar in a certain way. But I don't think amongst the talented DJs there's a real separation of what makes you unique. I mean, there might be a certain way. Being from New York, I didn't know this until I moved out to Vegas. I thought everybody who was good at least DJ this way. But I didn't know that blending records was like an East Coast thing. I thought everybody blended records. And so when I got out here and they were like, yo, like you must be from the East Coast, or like we like the way you. And I was like, but y'all don't do that. And it's like, nah, they don't. Like people don't blend records. Build the. Create like this journey for like the people to kind of go on.
Yeah, because I know when I was dancing at the beauty bar and you was playing on my jams, I was like, hey!
I saw you out there getting it.
I was like, that's my song. Especially when you played Brandy sitting up in my room. I was like, okay, all right, I got to talk to him after this one right here, honey. Yeah, you did that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I think, I would like to believe we all play the same music. It's just how we, I guess, to answer your question, how we play it is what makes us different. How we present it to the people. Like, I mean, if you know music and you know 90s R&B and hip hop or whatever, like we're all pretty much playing the same music, but we just play it differently. So
right, exactly. So you've been a professional DJ since 2006.
Yes.
Okay, so where do you see yourself? I know you said you've been in Vegas for 2 years and most of your work has been done on the East Coast in New York. So where do you see yourself going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Just continuing to expand my my footprint, if you will, globally. I never planned on being a local DJ. When I was in New York, and I don't plan on being a local DJ here. I just understand Vegas is a different market, so it requires a different approach and a certain amount of attention, especially me being the outsider. So I do dedicate a lot of my time to the Vegas area, but I mean I continue to travel, and I mean that's it. I just building the brand, the awareness of the brand.
Gotcha.
The brand is solid as it is, but just the awareness of the brand, which in turn is going to make me a bigger name, a household name. So like 5 to 10 years, I mean, like just that name, like when people hear DJ CEO, like no matter where you're at, you're going to find a way to get there because you're not going to want to miss that set. So.
All right, and how did you get your name, DJ CEO? You're laugh.
I got the name, so my background is in television and film. That's what I went to school for. I went to Howard University, graduated from Howard.
Woo-woo, Howard.
Yeah, and my degree's in broadcast journalism. So, I've always, just to backtrack, so I've been DJing since 1997, but I've been full-time professional since 2006.
Okay.
Right. So, when I was still in TV, I started my own production company, and I was the CEO of that company. And then around the same time, I kind of I was DJing with a partner of mine back in New York, a guy that I grew up with, and he was a banker, and I was in TV. And even though I always kind of took pride in how I carried myself and how I dressed, we were doing a lot of like after work events. So him coming from the bank, he was in a suit. And I wanted us to look like a team, so I started to wear suits. And then I started to notice that people started to pay attention to that, specifically the women. And I was like, oh, like this is kind of dope. Like I think we like got something here. So now that's when I really started to like really focus on how I looked and how I dressed when I went out. And at the time, I had a DJ name, but it wasn't like a real name that I stuck with because I used to rap and I used to go by the name of Chief Rock. Okay. So like, I kind of was like DJ Chief Rock, but that name wasn't fitting the image.
Got you.
And I needed a name. I was like, well, I'm the CEO of my own company. So, and I'm kind of looking like one at the time. And to be honest, I look back at those pictures like that. It was like I had no style whatsoever. I was just kind of finding my way. But I mean, at the time, I guess it was in like you're talking about like the early 2000s. Like nobody knew how to dress. Like people, we were really just starting our foray into like dressing up. Right. You know. Right. And we really after that point we knew it was really like church clothes. Like you know what I mean. So it was when I look back and go, this is really bad. But at the time, I felt like I looked like a CEO. So and that's just kind of how it came and it stuck. And then over time, I've developed a style and really kind of fine tuned what I want to look like and really kind of matured into that. So.
Right. Yeah, I noticed. Like I said, I researched you, so I noticed on your website you wear the blazers, and then you got the V-neck. So is that like your signature? I'm like the brother like to show some flesh, ladies.
Right. Well, I put my time in the gym, so but it's a brand. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm selling sex.
Right.
You know, like that's something that the Temptations did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is nothing new. So this is a part of the brand. It's a part of what I'm marketing. And yes, to a degree, yes, I'm catering to the women. Women like to see dudes who are in shape and well groomed and all that type of stuff. So I mean, yes, the V-neck, the deep V's is something that it's been a part of my look for a while, but more so summertime, of course. Right. And now being in Vegas, like summer is like almost like forever.
Yeah.
It's like a couple months.
It never stops.
Right. So you'll see more of it, me being here than anything else. But yeah, I mean, I try to switch it up. In the beginning, even in the summertime, I didn't like really do the V-neck thing, but it was like getting ridiculous. Like it was hot, even in New York, like hot. I got it on a tie or buttoned up, and it's like, this is ridiculous. Like, my style I can't be one-dimensional in my style. I have to be able to switch it up.
Right.
And I've always been able to be versatile in my style, but I kind of put myself in a box when I first started doing it in DJing. Like, oh, it got to be suits, or it got to be vests, or got to whatever. It's like, no, like, it could be anything that I guess is quote unquote chic or like it has some swag to it, whatever. So so the V-necks are a huge part of it, especially being out here in Vegas. So
yeah, I got you. Yeah. So now you said that you're from New York, and so I'm assuming that's where you get your huge following from.
I mean, that's the bulk of my followings on the East Coast. I mean, because I spent most of my career out there. I mean, but the cool thing is that the more you do it and the older you get, your following is kind of everywhere. Now, the bulk of my following, yes, is on the East Coast, but I have a really nice following in